Cloudy with some hazy skies mixed in as well there. Yeah, you can see the puffy cumulus clouds that are out there this afternoon, but also it almost looks like we have high clouds situated within those cumulus clouds, but that is not the case. That's just that haze that has now moved back in. We saw it last week when conditions were rather quiet and we didn't have many storms developing. Well, it's back again today now that we are not seeing a lot of storms out there once again, and that's of course from the western wildfires. So that's smoke drifting our direction. Temperatures have spiked up into the upper 80s. Heat index values are a little bit above that. All in all, yes, we are going to see air temperatures back into the lower 90s here today for most of the viewing area. Heat index values, however, will not be nearly as stifling as earlier in the week. We'll see those near 100 degrees today, but that shouldn't be all too bad out there with the heat index later on this afternoon. Like I mentioned, there's plenty of clouds to go around. We have a few very small rain cells trying to fire near the Pennsylvania Turnpike, but with ridging along the Atlantic coastline, pushing in drier air and suppressing a lot of that moisture that's out there, we are not going to see a lot of storm development today. And there it is. There's that high pressure center that's the main influence right along the eastern seaboard through the four-state region. It's this cold front across the Great Lakes that's very slowly moving our direction, and it will finally get here by the weekend, nudging out high pressure and eventually leading to some storms on Saturday and Sunday. But for now, it's just going to be hazy with very minimal rain chances the next couple of days. And then Saturday into Sunday, we will be dodging those rounds of showers and storms. And that same front is going to pretty much stall just south of us into next week. There will be a slight, very slight temperature drop, but other than that, very typical summer-like weather is in store even as we roll into next week, and that includes plenty of heat and humidity. And check it out with these temperatures. Yes, today I know that the future tracker is trying to top these out around 90 degrees. We should be a few degrees above that 92 to 94 degree range with our high temperatures by the end of the afternoon. It'll be another very mild overnight. We'll only drop back down again into the 60s and 70s. Very typical summer-like evening ahead of us. And then tomorrow afternoon, it may be a few degrees warmer than today as we're looking at closer to 95 degrees across a good portion of the viewing area on Friday. So there it is. Again, nothing to really worry about or notice out there with precip here today. And tomorrow we will manage to squeeze out one more dry day, but there's that front and even some rain to the south starting to pretty much wrap around the viewing area, so it won't be long after Friday is over before we see that rain arrive Saturday into Sunday. There's that, I'd say, 5-degree or so temperature drop into the beginning of next week, and then we will start to nudge our way back toward 90 degrees through the middle of next week.